Hello, and welcome to Reinvention Saturdays. My name is Benjamin Kamoye, and I'm very excited to be connecting with you here this afternoon, morning, whatever time you're watching me from. This is a global broadcast, and I appreciate you for taking the time to join me here today. Now, Reinvention Saturdays are about adding value to you. This is our time for growth and development, and time for you to really reflect on your reinvention process. I am excited about us as human beings evolving and getting better, transforming and renewing our mind, identifying patterns that block productivity in our lives, that block us from creating the results that we want, and really reinventing ourselves so that we are better, we know better, we do better, we have better. And that's really what the Reinvention Saturdays are all about. And so thank you for tuning in here today and making the time to join me. If you're joining us for the very first time, my name is Benjamin Kamoye. I'm gifted as a creative communicator, and I deploy those gifts as a coach, as a speaker, as a trainer, as a creative in helping leaders reinvent themselves for more impact and more income. And in today's session, I would like us to go into the topic of desire. The topic of desire. Napoleon Hill, writing in the book Think and Grow Rich, after interviewing 500 of the most powerful and richest men of his time, uncovers this one thing and puts it in the book that desire is the starting point of all achievement. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. And as I went through the material and as I've gone through and reflected on my life, I have found that indeed my greatest success points can be traced back to a desire, a blip, an impulse of thought, a moment where I saw something, it registered strongly within me, and a desire was born. Every great success that you see out here into the world can be traced back to a moment of desire. And so if desire is the starting point of all achievement, then I want us today to reflect on what our achievements are and ask ourselves, what was the starting point of my achievement? What was the starting point of the results that I have right now? Because I can tell you for free that we are many times a product, not of our own making, a product of other people's desires, a product of other people's wishes, a product of other people's guiding. We have not been taught from an early age to impress the world with our desire. And why I say this and why this is important is because you came into this world as a very unique person, very unique. You are not here as an additional human being just to populate the earth and, consume oxygen, pay bills, and then die. You came in here as a man on a mission. You came in here uniquely crafted. You came in onto earth as a concept in the mind of God, even before conception happened in mommy's womb. And so we've got to embrace the desires that are within us. I mean, for those of you who, are tuned into the scriptures and to the Bible, what does it say? That it is God who works in us both to will and to desire. That is powerful to unpack. And you and I have had a point in our lives where we become aware of a desire. We become aware of a possibility. We become aware of a future that could be. But because over time we are not taught how to work with that desire, we quickly dismiss it. It lands into our consciousness and it bounces around, never finds fertile soil, and out it goes. It comes back later and we dismiss it because we've been programmed. We've been programmed along the paths of education. We've been programmed along the paths of go look for a job, study for this thing, and become this thing. Desires are to be fulfilled on another day. Everybody has got those, and they are not to be pursued. That's wrong. That's wrong. I am a product today of my desire. And matter of fact, from that desire, we've developed a desire statement. And if you're looking to really get to the point where you're living off of your desires, I would like to invite you right now to join me for the 7-day challenge. Hundreds in the last in the last 72 hours have joined the 7-day challenge. And we're getting tons and tons of emails, people talking about, wow, this is life transforming. I'm grateful that you're doing this. Because in the 7-day challenge, I help you unpack your desire. Your desire is part of the identity equation. Who are you? And I think that just like the fingerprint of your hand, your desire is unique to you, because it is your desire and your skill set combined together that births a vision, a future possibility, and fires you up to move forward, even in the face of difficulty and tough moments, moving forward to create that future. And so desire is the starting point of all achievement. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. And I share this with you because I want you to tune in to your desires. I want you to evaluate the achievements you have and ask, what was the starting point? What was the starting point? Now let's define desire, because you're going to like this. Desire is an impulse of thought. Desire is an impulse of thought. Ever seen that thing that measures a heartbeat in the hospital? Bloop, 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 bloop. That's the same way that desire registers within us. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Let me go further and give you the definition that Paul Martinelli, my mentor, shared with me. He said, desire is the effort of an unexpressed possibility seeking to be birthed within and through you. Desire is the effort, is the effort of an unexpressed possibility seeking to be birthed within and through you. In other words, as you're sleeping on your bed, while you're walking up and down, where you're in your moments of quietness, desire comes and says, hey, this could be possible within and through you. What do you think? But why do we quickly dismiss that idea? We do not even allow it to find fertile ground within us. We dismiss it. As Oliver Wendell Holmes said, he said, we are tattooed from the crib by the beliefs of our tribe. We are tattooed from the crib by the beliefs of our tribe. And what our tribe tells us is that desire is nothing. It's meaningless. It's not important. Forget about it. There are more important things to think about. Here's the quote. I want to read it for you. We are tattooed in our cribs, in our cradles, with the beliefs of our tribe. The record may seem superficial, but it is indelible. You cannot educate a man wholly out of superstitious fears which were planted in his imagination, no matter how utterly his reason may reject them. Why we reject desire is because from when we were in the crib, we are told, go read, go educate yourself, go to school, get a good job, and stay there and die there. When you say, I feel like I want to be a musician, no, that is for bad people. When you want to say, I want to do this, I feel I could forget about feelings. Go to school, become an engineer, doctor, banker, lawyer, and do this thing. And so our desire is killed. All the life is wrung out of it. And why I know this is so critical for us if we're going to thrive not only now and in the future is because the solutions that this world needs, are locked up within you. And the only way that the world can get those ideas is when God, your creator, who placed those desires within you, him who works in you both to will and to do, begins to cause that desire to come within you like a blip, an effort, an impulse of thought, an idea of a possibility, of a future, of a solution. And as you begin to step into the creation process, that desire manifests out into the world. So desire is the starting point of all achievement. My question for you as we are here in this moment is, what is your greatest desire? What is your greatest desire? Go within and listen and surface that desire. And as you bring up that desire, begin to ask the questions, what is the message that this desire has for me? What is seeking to be birthed within and through me? Desire will express itself sometimes as passion, things that you're so happy about, what really moves your heart and makes you laugh and have so much joy. Desire may also express itself as those things that cause you so much pain and anguish, and you want to change them, you want to eradicate them, you want to shift that scenario. Desire is the effort of an unexpressed possibility seeking to be birthed within and through you. Now, you are a unique being with a unique heartbeat, and your dream equally is a unique dream, and it has a unique heartbeat. The reason why you're watching me today is because the heartbeat of your dream has brought you here today so that you can hear what I'm telling you. And from here, you can go in and begin to take action on your dreams and on your purpose. But the truth about desire, and in this heartbeat that we're talking about, is that it starts as a blip. And what we want to do is we want to grow the blip. Because if we do not give life to the blip, it may die or just remain as a fading blip within you. Most of the people who are at their deathbed regret most not what they did, but mostly what they ignored, what they shoved aside and never paid attention to. And why they regret those things is because even on their deathbed, the heartbeat of their dream is still beating. Blip, 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 blip. And as they look at time, they can see the time is gone. I will not be able to accomplish this. And that is what they regret the most. My friend, don't get there. Don't wait until you get there. You and I have got time and we've got strength. Let us clarify and articulate our desire. The 7-day challenge already goes in detail to help you do that. And I top it up with a 90-minute complimentary session to guide you through understanding, articulating, defining that desire which is within you. Now, desire starts out as a wish. It has several stages in terms of strength. It grows through levels. And the greater the levels, the greater the power to achieve whatever it is that desire is mentioning to you. Desire starts out as a wish. Desire starts out as a wish. Then it turns into a want. After it turns into a want, it turns into a burning desire. Into a burning desire. And then eventually it becomes an all-consuming obsession. These are the 4 levels that desire turns into. And now I must say this. Desire will never achieve anything until it has reached the 4th level, which is an all-consuming obsession. It will never achieve anything. And your creative role, your role as a creator, is to nurture the frequency, the vibrational frequency and energy of this desire to move from a wish, I wish this would happen, to a want, I want this to happen, to a burning desire, oh my goodness, I've got to get this, to an all-consuming obsession, there's nothing else I'm thinking about. Once it gets to an all-consuming obsession, boom, then you go into it. You pay the price. You go through the 2 valleys of every vision, the valley of ownership and the valley of price. And every day you go in to achieve that which you desire. The reason why I'm coming to you every Saturday, every Monday, Tuesday, the whole week I'm live, teaching you about these principles of reinvention the mastery process, the manifesting process, and the monetization to turn that into income and impact is because I once had a desire. And the desire looked like I was in a point in my life where I was in charge of putting equipment back into the van after we had played in a church service the previous night. And on this morning, after an evening of a church service, I went into this hall at the 680 Hotel in Nairobi. And we had just put all the equipment back into the van and we were getting ready to head out to church because this was a service that used to happen in the city center. And I ran back. I told my colleague, let me run to the washrooms. I was not going to the washrooms. I was running back into this hall. And I stood there in front of the podium. They had just arranged the seats for the day's activities. And I stood there and I looked at all those seats, about 200 or 300 seats. And I stood at the podium there and I imagined that these were people. That was desire. The desire, the effort of Benjamin as a speaker, seeking to be birthed within and through me. And I looked at the hall and I stood there for a few minutes and I said a prayer to God. And I said, God, make this happen for me. You know how badly I want it. That was the effort. That was the blip. What are your blips? What are those moments where you sit down and you're like, oh, I really want this to happen? And it's normally not even so much for yourself. It's normally not so much for your self-satisfaction. It's normally never so much about personal ambition as it is about service. Service for others. That I want to be this solution maker. I want to be this pattern maker. I want to be this, game changer. I want to be this change agent. But it all begins with a desire. It all begins with a desire. So go back and pay attention to what is this desire that I have that is so strong? What is this blip? I mean, needless to say, that was in 2002. That was 2003. Today is 2021. 18, 19 years later, you can see the manifestation of this desire. I've been blessed and fortunate to have clients in the US, the Americas, in India, in Asia, in Africa, and travel to many countries talking about leadership, helping and guiding teams, supporting individuals. And right now on my virtual academy, teaching people that we may never have an opportunity to meet in person, but the benefits of virtual, applications allows me to walk with you, just like I have other people in America walking with me, in other countries, in the UK, my coach walking with me on a weekly basis. I'm connecting and saying, I'm building this. I'm developing this desire. Now, desire is the starting point of all achievement. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. And it's not just the starting point, but also what will carry you through the entire journey. Because through the journey, there are so many toll stations where you're required to pay a certain price in order to move forward in the journey, in order to go into the next step of the journey. And what will help you to actually pay that price is desire. How badly do you want it? And so when I talk to you about desire moving from being a wish to a want, to a burning desire, to an all-consuming obsession, it's not only consuming you, but it's consuming everything that distracts it. It consumes everything that stands in its way. It consumes everything in that it requires you to pay the full price in order for you to be worthy to birth that desire and what that desire says and wants into this life. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Now, there's so much that we could talk about this. I just wanted to drop this idea and to cause you to reflect on number one. Where is my desire? What are the things that really come to me as a blip? Write all of them down. And then begin to ask yourself, which one is a wish? Which one is a want? Which one is a burning desire? Which one is an all-consuming obsession? And hold them. Hold them and say, which one am I willing to pay the price for? Which one am I willing to concentrate on for so long? Concentrate on for so long until it becomes an all-consuming obsession. Because desire is like a compass, that passion guiding you and telling you, no, not that one, not so much this one, but this area. That's where I want you to go. That's where I want you to go. That's where I want you to go. That's what I want you to do. Remember, it is He who works in you. He's working in you, both to will, to desire, and then to do. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. I want to bring you one idea here from my notes. And this is the question. In what ways do you recede from your desire? In what ways do you recede from your desire? In other words, I'm asking, in what ways do you become aware of a desire and you're so close to it, but then all of a sudden you begin to move away from it and you recede in your behavior, in your thought patterns? I'm not worthy of this. This will never be. I am not those people. Maybe this. I don't have the money. Where will I start? How will I do it? In what ways do you recede from your desire? Do you give your desire fertile ground? Do you welcome it? Do you sit with it? Do you explore it? Do you write down that desire? Do you turn it into a desire statement of your be, do, have reality? Do you welcome it? Because that is moving towards your desire. That is welcoming it. That is embracing the future you. But receding from your desire is you ignoring it. It's you ignoring it. It's you saying it will not work. It will not be. My friend, I encourage you today. Take time to listen. Take time to listen. All that is required from you is obedience. And obedience begins with listening. What is your desire? What is that blip? What is that impulse of thought? What is that effort of an unexpressed possibility seeking to be birthed within and through you? All right. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Got a great day with family. I'm heading out. Bless you so much for your time. Join the 7-day challenge. We'll talk more about desire inside there. Bless you. Be well. And bye for now.